You should be wearing a Collingwood jumper. Oh! Yeah! Welcome back, listeners, to Left, Right, Somewhere in Between. You're Freddie here. 8 up.
G'day, mate.
Good. And the coach.
G'day, how you going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. And finally, old pants.
How are you? How are you, boys? Good
Wearing shorts today.
Good to see you all here
Unbelievable.
again. Oh, it's a bit warm here.
He's going against the trend.
Yeah, it's a bit warm. The sun's out. The gun's out.
Guns. I don't know what guns you're looking at,
I
mate.
think in your case, it's buns out, mate. that answer yours.
Oh, Bargy. Hey, talk about Bargy, mate. So I reckon that ass would be enough to feed the Melbourne Zoo, funny enough. And I was watching the Discovery Channel, actually, and yeah, they're talking about Shark Week. Now, I know there's other meanings
I love
behind
Shark Week. I love it.
But the specific Shark Week I was talking about is where sharks are obviously eating the likes of whales and
Seals
and all that other jazz that goes on in the wild. So I thought today would be a great opportunity and a little bit jovial to talk about animal attacks. Like how vicious and ferocious Mother Nature can be.
Yeah.
That's right.
We think we're a powerful entity with our guns and our knives and whatever.
And our brains.
These fucking things are unbelievable.
I seriously believe that, like a shark or croc attack or something like that, being attacked by an animal like that probably have to be the second worst way to die, second to burning to death, I reckon.
Oh, burning would be
Burning,
terrible.
but
actually-
I put animal attacks up there. That'd be terrible.
You think people say burning's bad? It's not actually that. Well, I've been burnt, but I haven't been burnt to death, obviously. But they say that when you burn, because your nerve endings will sizzle, that it then becomes cold, and you actually can't feel yourself. It's now a psychological thing that fire is on me as opposed to how it actually hurts.
But most people normally choke to death from smoke before they burn.
Well, yeah, and also the oxygen layer that is in vicinity for you to breathe becomes burnt.
Yeah.
I think it'd be horrible to be breathing and smelling the burning of your own flesh.
I reckon it'd be horrible to get a fucking crocodile to bite your feet
well,
and snap that shit in half.
And death roll. The death roll.
And snap your shit. Like,
I like sitting here doing a podcast more than any of those things.
So I think I want to put it to the table, right? The Knights of the Round, or Knights of the Square table here in the studio. What would your worst? Like Ada just spoke, right? They said that a croc attack or a shark attack would be one of the worst ways to die. What would be one animal that would scare the living shit out of you?
A grizzly bear.
If you crossed it in the wild.
Well,
Nothing between you.
I can only go by an experience I had. I went to the zoo and I was walking.
They're in
past,
cages, mate.
No, hang on.
Oh, was that when the pigeon came past?
Let me finish my
In the bird
story.
enclosure.
The butterfly enclosure.
And the
Gotcha.
bee stung me.
I was walking past the lion enclosure, and
Yeah, lion.
I don't remember if there was that. It's that really big one they had and had the bridge going across.
Yeah. The old
in
Melbourne Zoo. Yeah. I don't think it's like that anymore. Is
No,
it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I was, and they've got the mesh fencing on the outside, and it's not much, honestly. I mean, obviously it will stop them getting out.
Will that?
But
Will it?
Well, I'll tell you this.
How do you know that?
There was all
What,
these
do they have
kids.
a testing crew, do they?
It was
Test this mesh, guys.
well, it did get tested that day.
Oh, really?
Was that the day the lion ran up and...
Yes.
I was there.
Were you there?
Yeah.
There was some
years ago,
students.
we were
There was some
kids.
students.
There were two events that day. The lion roared and someone shit themselves.
Actually, 3 events. I pissed myself too. And we were just a bit away from it, but there were some kids. I think they were school students. They were on the right against the fence, and this lion just got annoyed by their talking and yelling and screaming. It charged and jumped on the fence.
Yeah.
And it roared, and I'm standing there, and it just shook me, and I froze because I was sitting there going. It was so loud and so scary, and I thought to myself, if that fence wasn't there, I don't reckon
You wouldn't be at a zoo.
I would have been roadrunner that day because I would have gone so fast, no one believed that I existed. That's how scared I was.
What's an interesting point, right? So I don't know if you've heard, there's a gentleman by the name of Kevin Richardson has a lion sanctuary in South Africa. And he has saved these lions from... So what he says is from cubs, and they he has this massive sanctuary.
Is he called the Lion King?
But he's actually called the Lion Whisperer. But this guy is an absolute fucking genius. And if I had the time of day, I would. He has this program where you actually can pay him like 2,000 whatever the currency of South Africa is, 2,000 rand, 2,000, 3,000 rand or something, and you can actually go there and stay there for a period of time, and you work with him. Within his farm, feeding the animals and shit. Not that you've got like close contact, but you're helping them out with cutting up the meat and seeing him do the feeds every day and all that sort of shit. But some of these videos that you see of this guy, literally these lions are running free and climbing on him and scratching his fucking head and shit like that. And,
Out of love.
Out of love, yeah, correct. And like mouthing him like with his massive canines.
I've seen this.
Fucking unbelievable. Yeah. Hyenas, their jaws being one of the most powerful in the world, and they're like playing with him and mouthing his arm and stuff. And I'm thinking, all it takes is this wild animal to go, you know what?
For its
I've had a
instincts to
shit
kick in.
day.
Yeah.
I've really had a shit day. I'm going to fucking rip your arm off.
It wouldn't take much.
That reminds me of people out there have probably heard of Sharky, Tim Ward, Sharky.
Yeah.
He now travels to and from Thailand back to Australia. At the moment, I think he's back here. But they call them soy dogs, just the wild dogs that roam the cities in Thailand. He stays in Pattaya, however you call it. And these animals, like they're vicious. I think some of them are rabid, But he has spent a lot of his time feeding these dogs and gaining their trust.
Yeah.
And these dogs they bark at you and they chase you down on the motorbike, that kind of thing.
Really?
But he's like the soy
dog
dog
whisperer.
whisperer. Yeah, he is.
Do they call him soy dog because when you cook them, you use soy?
I'll educate you on that later, mate.
Educate.
And he spent he came back to Australia during COVID, the start of COVID, and had been here for 2 years. He went back over to Thailand, walked the streets, just walking the streets at night, and gave the old whistle, and they all just came out. They remembered him.
Wow.
Feeds them. Same thing. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that humans, right, not just these individuals, but humans have the ability to do what they're doing. Work like your Caesar Milans and all these people being able to somewhat command the animal and control the animal to be able to, to get them to do as they please. But once again, it doesn't take much for that animal to just go, I've had enough.
Yeah.
What are those two guys in Las Vegas?
Siegfried and
with their albino
And they had to
white lion.
they cancelled their show because one of them got attacked.
Yeah.
Roy and Siegfried.
Something like that.
Roy
Yeah.
and Siegfried.
Roy and HG.
So I've got a couple animals that I think would fit in that. If they attacked, I think you'd be horrified. All right, so an ape, like a big ape, a silverback,
Gorilla, you mean?
Yeah.
or a gorilla. Imagine something like that.
Two
attacking
different things, mate.
An ape or a gorilla.
You got to watch Discovery Channel.
One's Fred, one's a gorilla.
He's a silverback. Any type of bear, grizzly bear, polar bear, I think they would just tear you apart.
Yeah,
rip
that's
your
right.
limbs off. A croc or an alligator.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Alligators aren't aggressive, actually. Just FYI.
They'll still bite though.
Possibly, but they're not aggressive like crocodiles.
An elephant.
Yep.
Any one of the big cats, or the most dangerous animal of all, the hippo.
Hippo. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
It's been labelled the most dangerous animal.
But let's take a couple of steps back. So when you said bear, so there has been a few studies where so in the likes of, I think it's in Alaska, where they've got a huge population of grizzlies that are wandering through suburbia.
Yep.
Right, they are at your back door, and there is nothing you can do. They try and use the bear repellent. Doesn't do much.
Yeah.
It
Barely works.
Oh my God.
Shit ass joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they they try.
And the other one for the white bears, it polarizes people.
Oh.
You can't say white bear. You can't say that.
Can't say that.
You can't say that.
No.
But there's nothing that can deter these big animals. There are 1,000 kilos of animal muscle that can
Just
destroy
coming at you. Yeah.
Right?
One swipe.
And they do. So there's another video of in a backyard in the US somewhere where a grizzly had chased down a fawn, so a baby deer, down a hill or an embankment, and literally it was one swipe and it broke its back. This thing was alive and like
With a broken back.
yeah, broken back, was alive, and it was I won't say mooing, but it was distressed, making these weird sounds, and this thing was eating its ass first, eating its back,
Eating its ass.
yeah, like we've all given it a go,
So it was-
but you know,
It was down a mountain, so it was
Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain.
we're all coming out with the jokes now.
You're kidding.
So it's just
Because that was funny, Mark. That's right.
thinking like for people to think that Mother Nature will not fuck us in the ass is one thing that is
It will. Oh, it
out of
will.
this
Yeah.
world. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
These things are designed to kill.
For me, the shark is probably my greatest fear when I'm in the ocean, because all the other land animals, you can hear them coming, you can see them coming, you sort of have a chance maybe. Yeah, but the shark, mate, you're just swimming and bang, he hits you. You don't know he's coming.
So let me get your opinion.
I think what you're saying there is more along the lines of on ground you can run or climb or do something.
Yeah,
You're in the
yeah,
water.
yeah.
Can't run.
Have a
You
chance.
can't run 60 kilometres an hour. I can give you the thing.
No, but what I'm saying is you've got some ability.
I want to
In the
see
water,
you run when there's a big cat after you.
You can tread water or you can really try and swim, but you've got no hope whatsoever.
Are they afraid of poo? Because I reckon that's the first thing they'll expect.
So based on in the ocean, right? The when you're in the ocean, you're now in their environment, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So they have fins. They're designed to live in the ocean.
Yeah.
So when an attack occurs, unfortunately, and they go and hunt that animal down and go and kill it for whatever fucking reason they have. What's your thoughts on that? Like, is that
No, I don't agree with that. Yeah.
because we're in their environment,
Absolutely,
right?
especially the ocean. Like, we don't belong there.
No.
We don't belong there.
And watching the Japanese
Whalers and
kill.
shit.
Oh, that's just.
Yeah, the minky whales. Isn't
It's
it? That's their
horrific watching
taste.
the water just turn red and
Yeah.
blood, and they don't even use the whole thing, and it's horrific.
It is, and so and especially we're seeing as civilization is expanding into those environmental like forests and all those sorts of areas. The animal life is obviously becoming less and less. They're becoming more and more threatened species. Like I think for the sanctity of our kids and our kids' kids and whatever else, our lineages down the line, we probably need to become one with the animals in a sense that we need to try and work simultaneously with them, right? Yeah. And as Pansy raised, elephants, for example, they are unbelievably huge beasts, and once again hard to control.
And being hunted for tusks,
Well, for things that have a
for
fictitious
trophies, for their feet.
So you wonder why they're going to fucking go and attack humans.
Just off topic, I watched. I've seen it before, but I watched it again the other night. The Brothers Grimsby. Have you seen that?
No.
Speaking about elephants with Sacha Baron Cohen. Haven't seen.
Oh, Grimsby.
Grimsby.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you mentioned elephants. It just reminded me of that one scene. Do you remember? Yes. Anyway, you haven't seen it?
No.
Watch it just for the
Pants, you
elephant
need to go and
scene.
see it.
Just for the elephant scene. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
So it's
We can cut that out later.
but the attacks, animal attacks, like we're taking it all the way down to now domestic animals, right? So dogs do it, cats do it, mice do it, but lizards and snakes.
A mate of mine lost his dog the other day at the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A mate of mine from SA, Phil, he's taking his dog for a walk with the family, and another dog attacked it. One nibble, and then the second bite literally died.
Shit.
In its mouth. It died,
Wow.
just bang, gone, limp, completely.
And it's incredible how
In front of there was
Oh,
kids
that's
everywhere.
horrific.
It was just...
Yeah, that's terrible.
So you sort of wonder to yourself, like, how unlucky do you think an animal would have to be to know that in this whole stratosphere of animals and there's obviously a pecking order and whatever else, that fucking animal's at the end, right? Like it got the arse end genes, can't defend itself.
It's not an apex predator.
Yeah,
it's the bottom of the food chain.
to know, when you can, like, if Bambi was a live story and Bambi was like, Mum, how am I going to end up in this life? And she goes, "You're going to
Food
get
for someone
fucked
else."
Up for someone else. Yeah, correct. Well, like it gives them no hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keep an apple spare, it's going in your mouth.
Like it's just unbelievable how that.
It's just the chain. It's just how it works.
Sorry, if you talk about living with animals, what I really found amazing was during lockdown, in a lot of the big cities. Animals started moving into the cities. You know, there were deer running down main streets just frolicking, and monkeys apparently invaded Bali everywhere. They just lived on the streets of Bali. It was crazy. Animals moving back into the city because we all locked ourselves down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that maybe what that is like a look into the future of, you know, humans are the ones that are wreaking havoc on the animal kingdom.
Absolutely. Yeah,
As opposed
on
to
Mother Nature in general.
That became a herd mentality.
Oh, this guy.
What? I don't even get that. That doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense.
we weren't talking about cattle, you clown.
I thought that was an Essendon joke, to be honest.
That's a good one.
But so, you know, it's what we find with this, obviously these animals, is that as Ada just said, you know, more and more if the human society moves back indoors, the animals will come out.
They go back and do what they normally do.
Frolic back into the world. So I want to roll on to another topic, actually, with regards to, you know, the personability of individuals dealing with one another, because we're finding more and more that people don't want to talk to each other. They would rather use digital apparatus to be able to communicate, whether they do it via text or whether they do it by phone. What are you guys? Are you guys a phone person or you're a text person?
I prefer texting. This goes back to one of the previous podcasts we had about, you know, dating. Like, just I don't like talking to people.
And as you're getting older, you're getting grumpier.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking around the table
No.
here.
Nah, come on.
I'm
I
sorry.
reckon you've
pretty
taken it to a
angry.
new level.
Like, pretty angry.
Okay, anyway.
I'm both, depending on who it is and what the scenario
Yeah,
or
of course.
situation
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
sometimes it's just quicker to call and say something rather than just...
All right, so stop being
Or
a
if
diplomatic
I'm-
motherfucker. Like, pick a side.
I'm
Which
not
are you
picking a
more
side.
of? Which are
I'm
you
in
more of?
between.
Hey, look out. There we go.
Which are you more of?
It's a very good answer, Steve.
I do pretty much both. I mean, I don't have one way or the other, because if I'm
You really fucking
we're
call
talk-
me, you motherfucker.
We're talking
my
about texts and phone calls, not sexual
I
preference.
called
Yeah,
you, you
correct.
never call me.
And wrong emojis.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking emojis are a killer.
Well,
So clearly he's a texting guy. this
He
fucking guy.
deserves angry cunts.
That's why he's not a texting guy. He can't use emojis. Yeah.
But so Pants, what are you? Are you a text or are you
I'd rather call.
Why?
I just rather call because the conversation's done. It can be finished in a minute or it can be finished in 20 minutes, but it's done. And you get all your words out rather than have to try to explain your words in a,
Yep, I agree.
in a text. Just talk, done, finished.
Don't fucking agree.
No, hang on.
You're both, you
Wait, I
dickhead.
do both, but I'm saying what happens sometimes, you start doing text messaging and you can realise the other person doesn't get what you're trying to get at.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to call them. This is too hard.
So you should have just done the fucking
Again,
call in the first place.
And that's why I say I just call. It's easy.
Yeah, calling is. I agree.
Like I called you today to tell you, don't go and do what you're doing.
Yeah,
Just come here.
correct.
Now I could have texted that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I just found it
You could have
easier
given me a
to
shit emoji. Yeah, you did.
of an angry face.
Or when I'm in the toilet and I'm scrunching up the toilet paper, I said, I'll send a text because I don't
you
want to talk to
scrunch?
one. Yeah, what's wrong with scrunching?
You're a scruncher.
I'm scrunching.
What's wrong
Are you a
with scrunching?
scruncher?
Hang on. So
No.
let me get to my point.
I shit in the shower,
In
so
the
I don't
toilet-
scrunch your fault.
In the toilet, I'll be texting, so I'm not going to call someone while I'm in the toilet.
I've been on the phone in the toilet. I've been
Oh,
in the phone. So,
I
so
don't-
here,
I
I
don't
trumped
do it
his all
often.
because that's where I'm on the. I've been speaking to Pants on the phone whilst taking a shower, and I shit in the shower. So I do all three.
All three at once.
Hang on. I just got to
Super
clarify.
efficient.
This whole thing about you shit in the shower.
It's legit.
He stomps.
You
He
think we're
stomps.
joking?
It's waffle stomping.
Yeah.
I know what it is, mate. It's
legit-
fucking wrong.
How's it wrong?
It's
How's it wrong?
It's not right either, is it?
There isn't one person he's told
Hang on.
that's gone, yeah,
How-
that's a cracker idea.
How is it right? I think is the question.
Well, it's going down a waste pipe. You're not drinking
No,
the water.
that's stormwater pipe, not waste pipe. It's different.
Sorry. I live I live in a rural area, so I go into a septic tank.
You
But
sound like
even
you-
when Pants and I travel, I shit in the shower, and I tell him that. He knows that.
And I don't have a shower after him.
He does. He licks the actual waffle. he licks the drain hole.
while you're in the shower,
Leave
he's
that
going,
one there for me, Freddie. I want to stomp it for you.
It's therapeutic, mate. Stomping it in stomping it in the hole. But hang on.
Jeez, your
So-
feet stink.
So do you fold?
I wash.
Your feet
Getting back to
smell
the
of
other point,
shit.
do you fold or scrunch?
I'm a folder.
You're a folder.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a stomper.
I stomp.
You're the in between.
I'm
Nah,
mush.
definitely a folder.
You're a folder. Okay.
Why do you fold though? What's the benefit?
Oh, it's easy to
It's
inspect.
neat.
What do you mean it's easy to inspect?
You got to inspect your poo, mate.
You got to make
You
sure
look in
you're
the
healthy.
bowl.
No.
Yeah, but you
What
get
do you need to look at the
You
paper?
get a closer look.
What for?
Oh, you pick out the nuts.
The chunks of corn.
Get rid of the chunky bits. Well, you don't like your fruit and nut chocolate, so that's why you pull it out.
okay,
He
okay.
pulled it out of his poo too.
On the assumption that everyone's a four-ply person, how much mileage would you get out of one roll as opposed to a folder? Because a scruncher, theoretically, you'd just be bunching it up.
Yeah, but not a. I'll just get a bit and I'll just go like that and.
So you fold.
No,
He makes
Well, explain to the listeners because they're not visually seeing.
Well,
Pulls
I
it off
can't
hands.
visually. It's. I don't fold, right? So it's more of a. I get.
You make a
let's say sheets. There's probably 5 sheets, and I just go like that.
You make a
You're
rough ball
Constantine
of
of the
it.
bowl.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then scrunch.
So how do
it.
you fold then? You wrap it around your hand.
No, I fold and then like hold it in the hand and.
What? But then you get
Hey,
shit on your
you
feet.
stop.
No.
Don't even. No, you don't. You get. Yeah,
So hang on. So
I'm clean.
when you're not having a shower, and you go to the toilet, what do you do?
I don't. Every single time, my body is in tune. I will shit in the morning, I will shit in the afternoon, and I'll shit when I go to the gym. Every single location. there is
Are
a
you
shower.
married?
Yeah, I am.
No. Okay.
And I've got 2 kids.
That's why I say there's going to be a statue of his wife in the middle of their suburb with a hand on her head going, what
Who
the
knows
fuck
this?
have I
Mate?
done?
Who knows this?
Oh my
If we
god.
go on holidays and stuff, I will
Poor
shit in that
chick.
shower. My DNA is scattered throughout this planet. But I'm in tune. I will shit in the morning, I'll shit in the afternoon, and at the gym, I will shit as well. So, Anytime Fitness, anywhere you are, check your fucking shower holes because I've shat in them.
They may want to sponsor us.
There's a plug for any time that they don't want.
But yes, so that's a bit of insight into the left, right, and somewhere in between team.
We started off on animal attacks,
Yeah, and then we just
and,
went to
we ended up on shit.
stomping.
Oh, that's really shit.
But I'm serious. Before you knock it, and knowing that toilet paper is going to go up in price because obviously there are less and less trees to make toilet paper in. Have a bit of a stomp. Clean your feet. If you need to get professional advice, hit us up on the socials. I'll give you some tips.
On that note, I think we should say goodbye.
But guys, you are right, Coach. Let's leave this for another day, and we'll be back with the AFL Grand Final on Saturday, guys. So tune in, and we'll be giving some sound advice from the couch.
Armchair expert.
Armchair expert. So, guys, once again, thank you very much for listening. This is Freddie Pants,
I'm here, and I'll see you on Grand Final day.
Coach,
Yep, see you the same day.
and Ada.
How does it go? Oh, good day. Oh, goodbye.
You meant to wave.
And guys, once
See you
again,
guys.
we'll hear
next
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.